Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you. And yeah, let me mute the TV. Alright, so if you hear Nene, if you hear snoring next to me, it's actually my big baby, Nene, who is almost grown. When she's sick, she wants to curl up next to me. And it's not quite bedtime, but she took some medicine. We have really weak systems. Mine is the same way. I've never drank alcohol in my life, so whenever I have like NyQuil or anything like that, it's a wrap. I'm talking all out my head. Daddy be walking past, laughing at me and stuff because I be looking so drugged up, it's ridiculous. So she gets that from her mama. So as soon as we take medicine, we out. So when I get to Mexico, as soon as they put that IV in my arm, I'm probably gonna be out before they even start telling me to count or whatever. But anyway, and y'all know what time it is. I got not one pen, but two pens in my, yeah. So y'all know what time it is when I got the pens in my head. My true riders know what I'm talking about. So if you hear snoring, you know why. Anyway, and I'm looking at the video. This Chuck is so crazy. We big babies, y'all. But I went to the bathroom this morning and I had a love note in the bathroom on the towel rack. So as I'm doing what I do in the bathroom, I had this note. It said, "Baby, baby, you found a way into my heart. You make me smile for no reason at all. You make me laugh at some of the craziest things, but most of all, you make me love you when I never thought I would love at all." Big Chuck, baby, baby. Y'all know. Again, my tree riders. Y'all know why he called me baby, baby. So that's right there. So he put it up there. I didn't. So I left it in the bathroom because I wanted to see it every time I went to the bathroom. But he wanted it to be right next to my head. But anyway, I was coming at you guys just to talk about something. You know that we're getting closer and closer to my surgery date of December the 10th. Gastric sleeve. And I also launched a go hard or go home campaign, so to speak. And if you remember, what that was is so that we can enjoy without feeling guilty our Thanksgiving dinner. We're not going to have any slip ups until then. Well, I haven't talked about it, you guys, but yeah, Operation Go Hard or Go Home was a fail because I have slipped up. In fact, during the time that I launched it, which was probably about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, as of today, I slipped up twice. Now, most people say, that's still good. You only slipped up basically in the last, 3.5 weeks, you've only slipped up twice. This is the thing with me, and I can only tell you guys about my experiences. I can only tell you guys about what I go through. I can only tell you about how I handle things. Whatever I'm telling you guys, I'm not saying it's always right. I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, or I'm not saying that it's what you guys have to go through. I'm just sharing what I go through, my mindset, my struggles, how I deal with certain things. So that's all I'm doing. This is the thing. I cannot have a little bit of anything. That's my problem. See, it's really difficult with being an overeater and eating the wrong things. It's really difficult because unlike people that are addicted to drugs or alcohol, you don't have to have those things to live. So you can go cold turkey. Now, of course, it's going to be extremely hard because any addiction, you know, it's going to be hard to break. That's anything. But you don't have to have not even a little bit to function or to live or to exist. Versus with food, you have to have that to live. What you have to do is you have to find a balance. You have to find substitutes. You have to be wiser with your choices, but you still have to have it to live. Now, sure, we don't have to have a bacon cheeseburger. Sure, we don't have to have those smothered pork chops. Sure, we don't have to have those baby back ribs. But we do have to eat to live. The problem is living to eat. But with that being said, um, whenever you are constantly doing the same thing, because remember the true definition of insanity. The true definition of insanity is doing the same thing but expecting different results. And I always have said, and I've always said it even in the comment section, with change, results have to follow. With any change, results have to follow. There's always a cause and effect, and we just need to uh, find a balance and choose the right things. Try to make substitutes for things that maybe we're accustomed to eating. And y'all know I'm all about that. You know, all the recipes I give you guys. I'm on my other channel, Big Cuz 52. She going to town, ain't she, y'all? I'm sorry. Um, y'all know that I'm very much into substituting and tricking my mind. But with that being said, where most people say, "Oh well, you should indulge, you should, have cheat days," they call it. This is the thing with me. I can't have that. I can't do it. What you may be able to do is a different story. I wish I could be like you and be able to have cheat days and then get right back up the next morning. I can't do that because, yes, I get back up, but sometimes it takes me a day or two to do so. Like, for instance, if I was to cheat today, tomorrow I probably wouldn't be able to get back up. Now, the next day I could, because it takes me a while to get back on that horse because I have to switch up my mind. I have to basically kick my mind in the behind when my mind is telling me, "Oh, you're not going to be able to get up." My mind is telling me, "Look, see, you failed yet again." My mind is telling me, "Well, you already messed up, so you might as well just go ahead and eat the rest of the week." That's what my mind is telling me, because remember, I've always told you guys, you can't treat an abnormal mind or abnormal behavior with normal behavior. So it's never going to tell you, and I'm meaning it's, when I say it's, I'm talking about our mind. If you have this struggle, your mind is never going to be rational. Your mind is never going to make sense. Your mind does not have common sense when it concerns this issue, because we've abused it, we've mistreated it, we've stunted our mind in this aspect of life. Um, and because of that, we cannot, we're going to always have to battle, not just pulling away from the table like so many people that are, they lack knowledge in this area. They always say, pull away from the table. Your battle is much deeper than pulling away from the table, because pulling away from the table is the physical aspect. Let's talk about the mental aspect. And the mental aspect is the thing that can actually defeat you, because we can lock ourselves in a room and stop ourselves from doing something. We can put a lock on the fridge and stop ourselves from doing something. But the mind will tell you how to get around that lock on that fridge. The mind will tell you how you can get out of that room. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the mind is actually more powerful than the physical. So that's where it all starts. So in order for me to get back up on that horse once I've already fallen, I have to get my mind right once again. So even though I've only slipped up twice since the Go Hard, Go Home campaign that I launched, um, I've slipped up twice, but each time, it's taken me 2 days. So in essence, it's like I slipped up 4 times. Are you understanding? Thank you. It's like I slipped up 4 times. Okay. And like I said, most people say, well, don't stop yourself from indulging. most people say don't stop yourself from indulging, or just limit yourself on how much you do eat of that. I don't work like that. I don't. I have to go cold turkey. Now, some people say, well, that's why you slip up, because you go cold turkey. No, that's not why I slip up, because I go cold turkey. In fact, I'm more stronger and powerful when when I do go cold turkey. Truth be told, if I was to, and this is only, I'm not talking about something I don't know. And again, I may not be talking about how you handle things. I'm talking about something I've endured all of my life. So who knows me better than me? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I know for a fact, from many, many, many years of experience, with me and my type of personality and how I handle my addiction or obsession or whatever you want to label it, which is making me keep weight on, and also over the years made me gain weight. I know for a fact that if I do, like some people say, well, just limit what you eat, or limit certain things, or have a little piece of that and then put it back and don't have any more. If I was to do that, I would be falling every certain amount of days. How do I know? Again, because I've been there and done that. This is not the new kid on the block. This is not, a situation where I've read this. This is what I live and have lived for many, many years. So when I do what so many people suggest, and when I do what so many people that they say works well for them, for me, it doesn't work well for me, because what I'm doing is I'm making excuses. I'm saying, oh, well, you know, I I, I don't want to overindulge, and I'm making excuses. Point blank, it's no need for me at this size and this weight, and wanting to change and wanting to do different and wanting to be better. It's no reason whatsoever I should be indulging in foods that don't offer me any nutritional value and that are not pleasing and nurturing for my body. Period. There is no common sense logic of it. Now, I can say and make excuses, because that's what they are. I can sit here and give you excuses of why I may want those chips, or why I may want those Cheetos, or why I may want a piece of that cookie or candy bar. I can make excuses all day long, but the reality is there is no need for it. I want it. But just like we tell our children, just because you want it doesn't mean you need it. And there is no nutritional value in that item. So there is no need for me to try to convince myself or try to make excuses of why I should have even just a little bit of it. Point blank, period. Now, that doesn't mean I don't slip, because I've already told you I have slipped. But there is no reason for me to try to analyze. There is no reason for me to try to dissect it to make it a positive. There is no positive. I shouldn't have had it. Not even a little bit. Period. And when I fall, it takes me a day after I fall to get back on it. Then I have to deal with, even though I'm back up on that horse, I have to, again, deal with and battle my mind, because my mind is telling me, look at you, you fell a couple of days ago. Yeah, you back up, but you still did fall. My mind is telling me, if you did lose, X amount of pounds, you probably gained back one or two of those. I have to deal with that constantly, back and forth, along with all the other pressures in life. Now, some people, because their mind isn't in the place that it needs to be, with that back and forth battle, some people give in yet again. Because remember, when we have pressure, when we have pain, anxiety, all of these things, we're trained, because we trained ourselves to do this, we're trained to run to that refrigerator. Our trusty old friend. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's about breaking that mindset. And I do that daily, because it is a battle from the time that you wake up to the time you go to sleep. And the funny thing is, it's a battle that nobody sees you fighting. Nobody. Nobody sees you fighting. Now, I don't fall all the time. Again, I don't fall all the time. I can admit that I have really done great at not falling all the time. But it's a battle, and it's going to be a battle forever. And this is why you have to find a tool. And I say a tool because you can find any tool that works for you. But you better believe you better stop bringing bricks, rocks, and knives to a gunfight. You're going to have to find a tool. Because even if your willpower, your prayers, and all of that work right now, this is going to be a battle you're going to have the rest of your life. So why not? The common thing, common sense thing, the rational thing would be, if you know you're going to have to battle something the rest of your life, because after all, you've already embattled it half of your life at this point anyway. So if you know you're going to have to battle something, then why not get assistance? Why not get help with it? Now, everybody don't have to run out and get the gastric sleeve, gastric bypass, all of that. You don't have to use that as your tool. But you may use going to the gym, where most people would maybe do 3 times a week or 4 times a week. You may have to implement every day working out. That could be your tool if that works for you. If you feel confident in doing that, and that's a way that you can fight, that's a way that you can feel secure in making sure you stay on the straight and narrow, then you need to implement whatever tool works for you. But you better believe you're going to have to find a tool. You're going to have to find a tool. You can find it today, you can find it tomorrow, you can find it 2 years from now. But if you're going to have to battle something the rest of your life, you're going to have a tool. Again, that doesn't mean that you have to have surgery as your tool, but you're going to have to find a tool. Some people literally, their tool is they don't eat any size portion of their food, whether that's their starch, their meat, or whatever, that doesn't fit in the size of the palm of their hand. That's their tool. Portion control. But they extreme about it, where they literally will not go over the size of the palm of the hand. They won't do it. That's their tool. That's what works for them. And that's a great thing when you've discovered a tool that works for you. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. Yeah, I just wanted to open up and tell you guys about that. Just because you fall don't mean you can't get up. It's about changing your mindset, telling your mind you will not defeat me, because you don't run me. I run you. It's about regaining your power back, because we have surrendered our power. And I say surrendered because we laid down and gave it over. We have surrendered our power to food. Something that has no mind, no heart, no soul, no spirit, no thoughts. We actually surrendered ourselves to it. And when we realize that, and when we realize how much power we actually have, even though it's hard and even though we have to constantly battle it, the reality is we can do it. We can do it. Now, sure, we'll have bad days, but don't let those bad days be your majority of your days. Don't let that be your majority. Don't let that define you. So, just wanted to come past and drop that note to you. We are still going to go hard. I'm going to get back up tomorrow, and I'm going to fight this. Yeah, I fell. Sure did. I'm human. But I didn't have to. And there's no need to dwell on it. We did it. We're going to get up. And we're going to do what we got to do. That's what we do. That's what we're going to probably have to always do. So, just get up, you guys. Tomorrow is a new day. Go hard or go home. Period. Point blank. We only have probably about a week before Thanksgiving. Make this week count. Make this week matter. And do the best that you can. Know that whatever your best is, God actually has something even better in store for you. We can't imagine. Our mind can't wrap itself around our full potential, because we, in our mind, we still limit ourselves. So whatever you think your full potential is, whatever you think your best is, guess what? That's like number 5 on the scale of 1 through 10. You're running on a number 5. Let's think about number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's start running on that level. So, and I'll join you. Love you all so much. Talk to you guys later. Live, love, and laugh. And in between, eat well. Be blessed.